Hello friends, in this video tutorial I want to give you an insight into RAW files. Nowadays almost all DSLR cameras and also some high-end compact cameras come with the facility of being able to shoot in RAW. The RAW is basically a digital negative and it differs from your normal formats such as JPEG, PNG or TIFF in a manner that when you shoot in RAW, your camera captures the image and preserves all the details of the shot. So later, if your picture is not good enough, like if it is underexposed or overexposed, you can do it up using Camera Raw. That is the software provided by Photoshop, which is inbuilt in Photoshop. So let's see what I'm trying to say. The power of RAW files and the power of Camera Raw to enhance your images which you capture as RAW files is immense. Now, there will be so many times when you try your best, but the camera may not be able to do justice to the photograph. Suddenly, I came across this male robin, black in color, and it was perched beautifully on a twig, but the background was quite light. So I tried to balance the exposure, but I did not succeed. And as you see in this picture, the bird is quite dark against a very light background. So what do we do? Anyway, I'd come home and I can do nothing because this shot is not going to come back to me. So I worked in Camera Raw and I almost recovered all the details in this bird, which is amazing. And we'll see how I did it. So here, I don't want to currently tinker with the background. I've just picked up this tool here, adjustment brush in Camera Raw, and I am just going to move it around the bird, inside the bird. And you notice that slowly the details are now becoming visible. The eye is now totally visible. And other details are also coming visible. I am not going to waste too much of time trying to get absolute details which you can work on it, but you can make out for yourself that a lot of detail which was not available earlier has now come back. Okay, having done that, I want to generally permit Camera Raw, let's remove this pen, to correct the exposure in the shot and even other aspects like color balance and all. So I'll click on auto. You find that the background has lightened up and the bird is also now looking much better compared to what it was initially. So now you have a dark colored, black colored rather, bird with whole lot of details now visible against a light background, which is I think very good, and you've got good catch light in the eye. So all that was available when you shot the picture. If you would have shot it in JPG format, you wouldn't have been able to recover the details. But since I had shot this picture in RAW, I am being able to recover all the details. Now let's go to Photoshop and do a bit of retouching to this bird. So let's crop this, click here and the aim is to compose it well, and the grid lines which are there when you're cropping help you to do that. So we got it at, I think we got the correct composition using the rule of thirds. Leave it here and we click here and we crop. And let's fill up the frame. So we go to view and fit on screen. So here you see there's a bird. This is a male robin, black in color, which was barely visible as you must have seen initially, and we have managed to recover all the details in this bird now. So that's the power of Camera Raw. Now let's just touch up this line here. So we will pick up this tool here and increase the brush size a bit and run over this line. Okay, and let's also touch up these spots here. Okay, having done that, we want to bring in more detail. We want to sharpen the image. In fact, as a rule, you must sharpen all your images when you shoot with DSLRs, because there is something inbuilt when they are processing. They do tend to soften up the image. So you sharpen filter and use the unsharp mask. So duplicate the file, press Ctrl plus J. When the layer is duplicated, go down to filter, go down to sharpen, and then click here on unsharp mask. Now you find that the image has got sharpened out. We will not change any of the values which are given here, but you can experiment with this and use the value which suits you the best. Okay. And now we want only, even the background has got sharpened, or even the twig has got sharpened. We don't want that. We want only certain portion of the bird to be sharpened up. So we are going to click here on mask. A mask has come up. We're going to invert this mask by pressing Ctrl plus I. Take the brush from here and ensure that the foreground color is white, and then we are going to paint in the sharpness. As you see, the sharpness is coming in. Just paint over this. Okay, the shot is looking much sharper than what it was earlier. In fact, sharpness in an image goes to show that you focused it correctly. So it's a good practice to try and sharpen up your image. After having taken it in your camera, go down to a image editing software and work the way I am doing it. Right. Having done so, let's now flatten the image. A layer. In fact, first let's just see the difference. This is what was sharpened. Now this is the earlier image, and this is what we sharpened up to. Looking much better focused image. Right. But this also brought in certain amount of dust. So let's flatten the layers now, and again duplicate the layer. Go down to filter. We want to remove the dust. Go down to noise and use this dust and scratches filter. You can experiment with all options available, but I find this to be much better. Now you will notice that the dust has gone down quite a bit. Press on OK. Right, so this is the image which comes to you after you've used the noise filter, especially dust and scratches. Now let's see what have we improved. Now, after sharpening, this was the image, and it shows in a lot of dust around here and noise. We applied the filter, and this is what we finally got. Right, folks. We could also now use, let's flatten the image first. We can also now level up the shot. I don't think I did that earlier. So let's go down to levels, click here, pick up a black color. This darkens up your image a bit. Go down here and now try and pick up a gray color. So I'm not really finding good gray around, but we have to find something. So look around. I'm sure you will find something. Let's take from here. And then let's pick up some good white color. Let's pick it up from here. Right, so this is what we get. This is what it was before we applied the levels, and this is what it is after having applied the levels. If you like it, leave it at that. I think I prefer the one with the levels. Okay, so again we can flatten the image, and let's reduce the size of this image a bit. So I'll go down to image size, and let me, instead of 2520, let it go down to, let's say, 800 actual pixels. So in case you want to put up your image or something on your website, I think the size is quite okay. And even if you want to upload it to Flickr or let's say Google Plus, this size should be okay. And look at the tremendous change which has taken place from what we had earlier to now. Right, now let's see what was the image earlier. This is what it was. Let's open up in Camera Raw. And let's remove all the processing which we did. So go down here and clear all. So you see, this is what we started with. This is what we started with. And we have improved to this level. So I think that's tremendous. And this has all been possible because we shot the image in camera raw. So my advice is that whenever you are shooting with your camera, kindly do it with raw if you want to be able to recover your images and do up your images subsequently. Because raw is like digital negative. It captures all the information and it is available to you. So you're not really cheating. It's all there. You're just that you're retrieving that information which your camera has captured. Right, friends. So in this video tutorial, I tried to explain to you how to use raw files and how to improve it using camera raw, and how also to enhance your images using Photoshop. So that's it for this video tutorial. Thanks for listening and take care.